Here we go.
Welcome to the No Breaks Network, your home for education and entertainment, righteousness and ratchetness, where we are never content with just content. No breaks.
JB, what's the name of the podcast?
It's a pod named Kickback. A pod named Kickback. It's like a Tribe Called Quest.
You say the whole thing. Welcome back to the almighty pod named Kickback. I am No Breaks, new to righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I'll catch it. If you got it, I'll match it. Each and every week, we right back at it. I am the Black Savage, the Magneto of my people. And we got a special guest in the building. I'm gonna make y'all wait on that, though. Just let it marinate. But Jack, what up?
What's going on? Let's get fit with Jack and you snatch. We have 47 days until summer, so let's get it.
That's right. Randy T.
Hey, it's your man Randy T. Man Up Monday. All day is where you find me. Let's go.
Let's get it. And our special guest back in the building. She popped up on our anniversary episode, and everybody was like, "Where's she been? Oh, she in the car? Is she coming on the show? Is she coming? What's going on? What's happening?" Well, here she is. Brett, talk to him.
The one and only.
Definitely in the car, but that lets you know if news like FaceTiming or calling me, I was like, let me make sure everything is okay. And I'm glad that I did because I got to see y'all's beautiful faces. I love y'all. I miss y'all. You would think that by now I would have a tagline, but it's just me, Brittani Sade, the corporate black
girl.
What
do you mean?
But I love everybody's taglines. But nah, I'm just here for the vibes. I'm just here for y'all and the people, of course.
Oh no,
it is.
Man, it sounds you don't have a tagline. The corporate black girl. What you mean?
I know, but that's so boring. You guys,
ain't nothing. Look. You the one and only. There is not another corporate black girl. Like, come on.
There's corporate black
right.
girls. You know, I'm just the corporate black girl.
You are the right. Like I am the Randy T, the corporate black girl in the house. Let's get it, New. Where we going?
I just let everybody on Facebook know. I know you're looking for us. We're not there. We're exclusively on YouTube, so I had to make sure that was known. I want to get into our high and low of the week. And I'm looking forward to this. I might have to go last on this because I got a lot to say.
I don't know. I feel like you need to go first. I feel like you got a lot.
Okay. All right.
Look, I'm setting the timer new.
Who wants to go first?
Yeah, set the timer, Britt.
I guess I'm going first. Let's see. My high of the week. My week really started back in 1984.
Oh Lord!
Oh man! Hit the buzzer.
But now, actually, the high of the week is what we've been talking about the last couple months is being an entrepreneur, being in business, and the ups and the downs, and riding it out. And do you go back to your corporate job, or do you stay in the field? And does it pay off? Does it not pay off? When do you throw in the towel? When do you get mad and want to break something? In the last 3-4 weeks, since my birthday, for real. The world has just been opening up. And we'll talk about it later on in the episode, but I do think it's due to the power of belief. And I had my best week of the year, my best couple weeks of the year. And I was able to, I'll say it now with my chest out, I was able to pay down some debt. You know, whenever Nikki got some debt.
I
I ain't got no
love
debt. I'm
it.
rich. No, I was able to pay down some goddamn debt. I was able to move, and I was able to just kind of woosah. Like I went out and saw Sinners last night. I've been working and grinding so hard. I've lost all elements of a social life. Randy just teasing me like, man, you got to stop doing this and doing that. I've been in a house. I ain't been doing nothing but working. But it feels really good to get to this point. I appreciate y'all's support. And Kickbackers, y'all was praying and sending out good energy and vibes. So I appreciate that. And I don't have a low. I don't have a motherfucking low. It's all highs.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? And I got a fresh retwist. My shit luxurious, bitches.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, according to you.
If where?
I
Yeah.
want my hair back.
Exactly. And so y'all know, this is a reminder, if you're ever going through anything, we all survived 2020. I survived 2020. You survived 2020. We can survive the rest of this shit too. Who next?
Let's go, Jack. Let's go, Jack. You on the top right, Jack.
Did it freeze?
Jack. I can't tell if Jack might be froze. We'll throw it to Britt.
Okay. So my low has just really been I'm stretched thin, right? But too much who is given,
much is required.
Right? I tried to sound very profound. That's why I took a pause. But I know that, so it kind of goes into my high. So my low is I need a break. I realized like I cannot be in multiple places at once all the time, but I cannot complain because so many great things have been happening, like my What's Tea event, my very first like main stage finance panel at the 25th year of the World Natural Hair and Beauty Show. That was amazing.
I watched it. That was great.
Yes. You watched it?
I tuned in.
Oh, so thank you. But yeah, so all of that, the feedback, I mean, work has been going well. You guys know I be chiming in every time, y'all know. So I don't have to go into too much detail, but I just have to say that my high is just being able to just be a vessel and beginning to kind of understand like there is a difference between your passion and your purpose. And even though mine kind of align, like there's a little bit of difference there. So working on having the courage to not be afraid, to be that vessel and to do the things that I've been praying to God to give me the strength and allow me to do. I am now able to do it. So that is my high. And I'm looking forward to Brit Appreciation Month, which has officially started. And so I've got I've got birthday trip, a few, things to do to relax. If y'all aren't doing anything this Thursday, go ahead and come on down to Visions. We'll be doing R&B karaoke because y'all know I love R&B and I love it. So pull up on me. And
Business ATL.
What side of town is that?
that's like, I guess, considered Buckhead. I don't venture out too far.
Okay.
But it's nice.
So you out by that way?
Real vibe.
Yeah, I ain't far now. And I'm in I don't want to tell these other motherfuckers where I'm at. I'm not too far.
You out there. You out there.
I don't need none of the stalkers pinpointing the city.
You are so silly. Stop it.
Ain't nobody looking for you, man.
No, he is Smyrna.
It might be a few. I take that.
Look, let me stop playing because I don't want to be responsible.
They'll show up. They'll show up.
They showed me your inbox. So Brittany, what the fuck was that shit? What the fuck do you mean by that?
I know. Like this playing, y'all.
Jack. Hello.
Is she? I don't know if she back.
I just
she
had
back?
a high.
There she go.
That's right.
So everything is just flowing. So everything that I've manifested, everything that I've spoken into the universe is happening. So I'm just on a natural spiritual high right now.
I love it.
That's
So I'm
what's
just
up.
excited.
You deserve it.
I'm saving a round of applause for the end because everybody
Yes.
got some beautiful shit going on. But I got the round of
Yes.
applause queued up for sure. Randy T, high low, talk
Hey.
to us.
Look, I got a couple. I do have a low, but it ain't really one. But one is that and the first and foremost, me and my son been going through some things for like the last 90 days, and we've been estranged for a minute. But this Friday, me and him got to sit down and we got to talk. He got to tell me like what was on his mind, and I told him what was on mine, and we got to express it. And for fathers and sons, like it is so paramount that you allow your child to tell you what he feel about. And my man up moment is gonna be later. It's gonna be about father wounds. It created a moment for me that I created some content that is gonna help all of us. That through that in the conversation and listen to the things that was on his mind. It was things that I didn't realize that I wounded him. You know what I mean? Just thinking I was being a good dad, but it didn't help him in no moments. Right. But hearing him say that, right. It was a low and then it was a high at the same time because it showed me where I lacked and it showed me where I could help. So in both of those moments, that was my high low, that me and him sitting and me and him reconnecting and talking about those things and then seeing how we gonna move forward. Right.
Beautiful.
And you
I love
That's
that.
That's beautiful.
Cue the rounds of applause. Right. I love it.
Yeah, man. So we got a show for you, and I think we're all gonna listen to what we talked about in our high and low. We're gonna be able to kind of translate this over to the Kickback Conversation, which is centered around the power of belief. And Britt, since the last time you were here, the show has undergone a few changes. What we want to do now is kind of what we had on the back burner was this meaningful conversation. We'll do like 10 minutes of that, and then we'll get into the gossip. Nobody wants. That's not where we at right now. We are trying to. The focus of this podcast now is to edutain, to educate you and entertain.
I love that. Edutain is so cute.
Yes, ma'am.
That's insane.
And
Can't be here where y'all at.
Yeah, Randy, you can't be here back over here.
Where is the shirt?
That's not low of the week. That's
not
not low of the week. Gambia abandoned us. But since you reminded me of this, I did want to shout out some people.
Come back, Gambia. We love y'all.
I want to shout out Sri Lanka for having us top 5 entertainment news stories in the country. We've been one of the
Sri Lanka, home of the Taj Mahal, where it originated. We see y'all.
I know that.
Keep listening.
Not just entertainment news, but in news in general. So they come to us for the real shit. Antigua, Guatemala, Jamaica, Malaysia, Vietnam, Nigeria, Denmark, and Ghana. Y'all know I'm Nigerian, so shout out to my Igbo tribe.
I'll be in Guatemala in about a week, so shout out to them.
Is that why they following us now?
There might be. Britt put us in the pocket.
And we're number 40 on the charts in entertainment news. So you go over there and be like, yeah, I'm with a Pod Named Kickback. You might get some free shit, Britt.
I might.
Right.
You might get some free shit.
And I'm going to record it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Boom.
And whenever we do these shout outs, we don't do the US. So let me make sure I shout out our people here because I don't want them like, oh, what the fuck? You don't talk about us. You always talk about.
They need to listen to us more and get up on the charts. Like, stop letting these foreigners beat y'all out, man. Like, look, listen, show up.
Randy telling y'all that.
DC, we know y'all listening. DC, we know Berger. Like, come on, man. Get us in there.
I'll stop him when he stopped telling the truth. But
okay.
So our number one state in the US is Georgia. They account for 37% of our
We love Georgia on our mind all the time. Georgia on my mind. Georgia. We love y'all.
Because when we first started the podcast here in Atlanta, me and JB, our biggest listeners were in DC and Maryland. And I'm like, we're in Georgia. We gotta find a way to get Georgia people to listen. I'm not home no more. I'm here now. And it was like a struggle. And now for them to be by far number one, that's just so great. Number 2 is California.
Okay.
What side?
California love. California
You're not like us.
knows how to party.
And number 3, home is never too far. Number 3 is the state of Maryland.
Yeah. Best believe.
Maryland.
Best believe Maryland. Where we at? Home of the best crab cake in the world. We here.
Randy, long one. Randy said, "What up?" He is letting it out. Okay, he's letting y'all know today.
And bring it.
Let's go. I'm rapping.
Listening, all of that.
Tell them, Britt. And Randy.
Tell them, Randy.
Rounding out the top 5, we got Texas at 4 and North Carolina at 5. Round of applause for Georgia, California, Maryland, Texas, and North Carolina.
Hey, that's where I'm from. Okay, I know that's right.
Throw your head like a helicopter. Petey Pablo, that we love y'all.
I love that. Okay,
man. So, our kickback conversation. Well, actually, let me let Tupac introduce this because since California is our second largest population, I'm gonna let Pac go ahead and introduce this next segment.
In the city.
I'm not saying I'm gonna rule the world or I'm gonna change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, and that's our job.
It's our job. Pac said it. So I wanted to talk about the power of belief and the principles of that, which I learned through this. I don't know if you guys remember The Secret, but The Secret, the law of attraction, manifestation, what the bleep do we know? That was another documentary that spoke about it. But the principles of believing and receiving, manifesting, if you will, is to ask, believe, then receive. And I want to talk about energy, and I want to talk about the universe bending to your will when you really believe. How the universe sees itself as a vessel, and it will get out of your way to bring you the thing that you want. If you're sure you want it, and you believe you want it, and you're willing to do the work to get it. I sat here on this podcast talking about different struggles that I had, different things that I was working on. I talked about being at a low. I talked about fighting my way out of the low. And I'm going to tell you, things shifted seismically going into my 49th birthday. Yes, I am 49. I know most of you think I'm 29. I know. And I know why.
I didn't think that. I don't know who else thought that, but I did.
You were when I was born, so you don't count. You don't count. But I just started being like, all right, not this year. This year we changing it up. And I literally was feeling like not myself, not as good. Like my swag was gone. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like me because I wasn't winning like I normally win. So I wasn't feeling like a winner. I was feeling like a loser that was trying to win. And I ran into a homegirl, just reconnected, back when I was rapping in DC. Now, when I was rapping in DC, I was the cockiest, most conceited. Like, I had a line that says, I try not to be arrogant. I always seem to slide back. I think I'm better than you. How the hell am I going to hide that? And that was my attitude. Like, dog, I'm him. Like, I'm sorry if it make you uncomfortable, but what should I do? What should I do about it? They're like, well, what should I do? You know what I'm saying? You want my life, you want my girl, you want my car. Like, I'm that. And then when I lost all of my worldly possessions, I was like, oh, I guess I'm not that no more. And I used to always say when I was younger, nigga, I'm me if I got 30 bitches or no bitches. Fuck you talking about. I'm me if I got $1 million, I ain't got no money. Fuck is you talking about? I'm not these niggas that's defined by the shit they got. I'm him, no matter what. But I lost all that. It just wasn't on me no more. I was so y'all the picture. I ain't showing the kickbackers. There's a picture of me, and I said I was on my grind and just working, not doing shit. My beard is like, this is this year. My beard out the head. I didn't have a retwist. My locks was sitting on top of an afro. I looked like one of them Florida rappers. My shit was all connected. All my locks were combined into one. And I just saw the picture, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, wake up, dog. Snap out of it. And I said, I got to change how I feel about myself because it's going to take the best version of me to get out of this situation. The version of me that don't believe in itself ain't getting out of this shit. The version of me that doesn't think he's him, he not gonna make it out of this. It's gonna require the best version of me. So my thing became, I'm gonna be my best self. And as I said on the last episode we did, by proclaiming to be my best self and I want to be my best self, I was asking the universe to make me that, and it brought me more challenges. Because the way you prove you are who you are is to overcome the bullshit. So I am my best self. And I can say that with pride and humility because I'm my best self, not because I'm like that, I'm great. I'm my best self because I overcame all my adversity. I did it. All the shit that was thrown at me, all this shit that was falling down on my shoulders, all the shit I had to get through physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and financially, I did it. And I made it to the other side. But I couldn't have done it if I didn't believe. That was like the missing ingredient. Nothing was working. I just said, you know what? I'm gonna keep a good attitude, good positive energy, and I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. And everything shifted immediately. Like we're still in the shift. I haven't had a chance to really celebrate the shift. I'm just like, this just happened in April? Like, what the fuck? Like, what was going on in January? Like, why did it take so long? But I attribute all of that to belief. That is my experience. And I wanted to make that the discussion for today to get you guys' experience and see where you were, if you've had similar moments, or if you witnessed similar moments, or if you counseled somebody through similar moments. So, Britt, you're the fresh face, fresh voice of the day. Since this is your triumphant return, I'm gonna throw it to you. And then we go with the ladies. And I know I'm saving Randy for last because I already know he got a man up moment. He waiting to tell us about it. So the power of belief. And you can take any angle you want to ask, believe, receive. Whatever angle you choose to take is your angle. But belief.
Yeah. I believe in the power of belief, absolutely. But the only one that I would add in there, though, is because, faith without works is dead. So a part of that believing, right? You see yourself being in that wherever it is that you want to see yourself, but you also have to take action steps, right? It's not just, how they be saying at church, just say it and then it comes. Like, no, you started believing that you could do it, but then you started actually doing it. Subconsciously, right? The belief is what gives us the action. And I think that that's very powerful because, like I was saying, kind of getting the courage, right? You say what you want, you pray for it, you ask God to give you through things, right? So if you're like, God, I just need more patience. God, I need more courage. Lord, allow me, to be more discerning. You don't just wake up with it. You're then put in positions to display it. So that's how you know that he's listening and that he's preparing you for something different. But along the lines of belief is also understanding, and Pastor actually preached about it today, those healthy spiritual boundaries. And I needed to hear that with the standards. I'm sorry, with standards, which obviously then causes boundaries. But very quickly, a lot of people over time made me feel like I had too high of standards, and not just in romantic relationships, just in general, right? But what I realized is that those standards kept me from attracting the wrong types of people and situations. And by wrong, I don't mean they're necessarily bad people, because sometimes people act unintentionally. And a lot of times what we experience from people has nothing to do with us. But realizing that we attract everything, and there's a thin line between attraction and alignment. And really being able to understand that, and also understanding that sometimes you have to release dead weight, right? Like if you're going up, it's just like a plane. You can't have too many people on the plane or the plane is not going to fly. So a part of me believing, like in this season for myself, is being comfortable with saying, I love you, but I'm not going for that. Or you just can't, I just, you don't see the vision. I just can't, take you with me. And so that's kind of where that power of belief has come for me. Like I definitely believe in the power of manifestation and belief, but I also realize that it's really, really important for us to like drive to put in the work to So I love that for you, New. And I love it for me because I feel like I'm evolving as well. And being comfortable with the no, like just believing in myself is crazy because I preach all the time for people to believe in themselves. And I feel like now I'm finally in the season where, not that I don't walk it like I talk it, but I'm actually taking my advice for myself and not allowing me to hinder my process or dim my light to make other people feel comfortable. And I kind of sort of switched, like we got off target, but that has been just my angle of belief as it pertains to growth.
That's good.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you spoke on doing the work, because for a good period of time I was doing the work, but without the belief. I can fuck you up too. I was doing the work with no belief. Just this shit ain't gonna work. Like, but I know what I gotta do. I know what I gotta do. So I'm doing it, but I don't believe in nothing I'm doing. And everybody can tell when you don't believe in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's a red.
Yeah. If you don't believe in yourself, why should I believe in you?
Exactly.
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts.
That's how I lost Ashanti to Nelly. That's how Nelly took her.
Oh man, stop. No, man, stop. That's not how you lost her, man.
Jack,
stop.
Your turn.
Stop.
man. Jack,
all right, Jack.
So I have learned, since everything has been flowing for me, I have been using more discernment with what I attract.
Right.
And using discernment, a lot of people, and I've been doing a lot more research on discernment and actually actively using my own discernment, because I've learned that I don't have to agree with everybody with everything, but I can also learn from what they have, and I can pick and get bits and pieces from whatever we are talking about perspective. If either they're on one side, I'm on the other side, I can still use my discernment, pick and choose what applies to my life and apply it, and what I don't need, that's just, I dispose of it. But that doesn't make that other person bad, and that doesn't make the other person's perspective any less than mine either. And also, being that I'm learning more discernment and getting more in tune with myself, I'm more aligned with the spiritual world. My ancestors, people that have passed, have been in my life. I'm getting more signs, and I'm paying more attention to the messages that they are sending me. So that has been really cool. I actually went to a high school classmate that we had all lost back in '99, and we always go to his grave, but the way his headstone is, it's hard to find, but we know it's around the curve. So I said, okay, just show me where you at. We want to find where you at. Took me immediately there. No bullshit. Like immediately, we walked out and right there, and I was just like, thank you. So I'm enjoying the connection I'm having, the stronger connection I'm having with my spiritual world, my spiritual ancestors, my guardian angels that have been here on this earth and have passed on. Because I'm very proud of my spiritual warriors, because they see things and protect things from me that I don't even.
Okay, good stuff, Jack.
Yeah, I felt like the energy came and took over Jack and took her mic away. Like, I don't know what the hell happened just now. I was listening and she was gone.
She was coming in for a landing, so she was just saying that she is really, really appreciating her spiritual warriors and her guardian angels, and trusting, like within trusting her discernment, allowing herself to trust them too, because it's like right there in her face now. So now that she's in the place that she's in, it's like she can say something, and it's right there, it's showing up, and that's when you are on to something spiritually, and
that's that alignment.
It feels so good. It feels so good.
Alignment.
It's
powerful.
a protection. It's a feeling. I wake up every morning. I'm like ready to go. I'm so my dreams. I remember them now more vividly. Like, it's just, everything is just. I'm loving this right now.
That's good.
And remember, speak what you seek until you see what you said. Words to live by. Real talk. Randy T, take us home, man.
Hey, man, look, like, I've heard so many great things, like, from you, first learning the power of resilience, right? And that is a powerful thing. If you don't know what resilience means, like look it up, define it, and see. It's the power to bounce back when you're going through trials, right? And you've shown that through what you've been through, new like that the resilience that you've shown is where you at. That's the power and the proof, right? And Britt, like learning the power of boundaries. It's not only meant to protect yourself, but it's protecting the people that you love and care about as well. So to see that as well, that is so awesome. And then Jack, like you seeing now the power of discernment, like to bring that all around, that now I can identify the things that are meant to help me and might could deter me from where I need to be, to help me to the power of alignment. Like those are all in the power of belief. So that bring me back, make me think about the story of the Tower of Babel. And it's a story in the Bible. And the Tower of Babel was where these people, they wanted to build a tower to heaven, right? And these were people that had no other beliefs except for that we can build a tower that will reach heaven, right? That's all it was. That's all it was, right? And as long as they and the story says is that when God looked at that, he said, because they believe so strong, there is nothing impossible to them, right? Because they was all believing the same thing. That was something that was crazy, that they was like, we can build something and build this out of this world up to the heavens, and we gonna get there. And God was like, you know what? If we don't change this up, they gonna do it, right? And find the story for yourself and see it, that they changed it out and something happened. And then when they stopped, all couldn't believe because they couldn't understand each other, that they couldn't accomplish that. So again, that goes back to the power of belief, right? The power of belief. And the word that I heard today in church today, is three ways that you can do that. Like for one, you got to set your moment, right? Set the moment of what you believe, right? What is it that you believe in, and what is it that you want to achieve? And then set your mind, right? Now that I know what I want to believe and what I need to do, now I just set my mind to, this is what I'm gonna make happen. No, you did that. Brie, you did that. Jackie, y'all did that, right? And then that happened. I set my mind to what it is that I want to do. And then the last part of that is set your mouth. Speak it. And know you said it, right? Set your mouth. Speak it into existence. Say it until you see it, right? So when you combine all of those, right, that's the power of belief right there. That I did my moment, my mind, and my mouth all came together. And now when I spoke it, now it happened. Right. And all three of y'all said all of these things. Right. So y'all made it easy for me coming last to wrap it up. Right. Because that's what it is. And that's how it happens. Right. And it sounds simplistic. Right. But it takes intentionality, though. Right. Because your mind got to stay fixed on this, because life can happen. Things can happen. You be like, all right, I'm good. Me and my boo chilling. We went out to dinner and we doing all this. I got a nice paycheck. And then you'll forget all the things that you had focused yourself to get to the moment that now you enjoying the fruits of your labor, that you got some stuff that happened and you forget how you got here. Right. So those things you got to remember, keep those things intentional, that my power of belief needs to be every day. So wake up every morning and make confessions. Right. I believe in confessions and affirmations. Like stand up every day, write down what I'm going to get done today. I do one thing. And remember, we did this in the cab, Jackie. Y'all remember this? My three things. I still do it. Right. I do it on my sticky note. My sticky note every day. I got three things that I want to accomplish every day. If I go to my computer, I can pull them down right now of the three things that I'm supposed to accomplish tomorrow. That I know that will Monday end, these 1, 2, 3 things gonna be done if nothing else get done. And that powers my belief, right? And fuels it to know that I've set that intentionality. I believed it. I'm gonna receive it, right? Because that's where we go. So it's all together. It's all together.
Amen. And everything we've said reminded me of something one of my favorite rappers said in one of his best songs. And I quoted it almost every fucking day, especially lately. But I just want to play a little bit of it.
I'm gonna take it there. Just talk around, I'm gonna make it clear. Spoke some things into the universe and they appear. I say it's work that I won't spoke some things into the universe and they appear.
My man said I spoke some things into the universe and they appeared. And that is when everything is reassured. That's when all doubt is diminished. You believe it and you're doing and you're going. But when that happens, you go, oh, it's real. And as I looked up into this weekend, what up, Burger? Burger just joined us.
What up, Burger?
Hey, Burger.
Brittany here, Burger.
Hey, you know, the part that I forgot, though, that Britt put it in there, too, like, you got to give back, right? It can't all be about you. As long as it's about you just trying to do what you think you're going to do, like, what is your purpose to help other people in life? Because we all got a purpose. It ain't just for us to get what we supposed to get and be what we supposed to be, but your life is something special to somebody else and elevate somebody else's life. And that, when you believe in that right there and find that thing, right? That is the Get Fit with Jack, the corporate black girl, Man Up Monday, you know what I mean? Rocking with New, like, those are the things, you know what I mean, that you putting in other people's lives that's going to give what you believing in, going to fuel that, right? Going to fuel your purpose to come to fruition.
You got to bring somebody with you. That's what make it all worth it. Even in the Man of 100,000 Faces, the hero arc, it's always about the guy wants something, he lost something, he's trying to get it back, he's trying to accomplish it. He does that, he learns the lesson, and then he comes back and teaches somebody else. That's the part of every story. Star Wars, E.T., the Bible, every story has that same hero arc. So you got to bring somebody with you. And I read a very good book on boundaries because I had lowered my boundaries trying to be forgiving. And I just want to throw this out there, especially for Britt. It's Set Boundaries and Find Peace by Dr. Nidra Glover Tawwab. And that is an amazing book, man. Set Boundaries, Find Peace.
Yeah, put that in the chat later on so anybody else want to read that.
Yeah, it's a great book. A great book. And I got it actually from Charlemagne the God. Charlemagne be on whatever he be on, but sometimes he be on some good shit. And if you want to do
it, look, eat the meat, throw away the bones.
Yeah, but pause. But yeah. All right. And that was our kickback conversation, man. I hope you guys took something from it.
That was good.
As Randy summarized it so eloquently, you know, we had Britt with boundaries, we had me with belief, we had Jack with discernment, and then we had Randy kind of putting it all together and making it actionable. Mm-hmm. So I hope that you guys took something from that, learned something from it, and can apply it to your day-to-day life. So it ain't just I listened to this podcast and it was cool. I listened to this podcast and I got something that helped me at work, helped me with my relationship, helped me with my kid, helped me with my brother, my sister, helped me with myself. That's the true meaning of the podcast going forward. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna laugh at some rich people. We're gonna talk about sport. We're gonna do what we do.
Oh wait. Hey, what we got next though? I got it's one next on there. I'm waiting to get to. What we going up next? Is Tracee next? I got something for that.
You ready for Tracee?
What's next? I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, Tracee Eliss Ross. This was something that set social media on fire. I had what I would call an interesting take. What she said was she doesn't like dating men in her age group. That particular demographic of men, they're kind of set in their ways. They're not as evolved.
I was not going to talk to her on this one. Go ahead.
They're not they're not at a point where the what they call it. The men when men run the world, not the hierarchy. What is it? The monarchy. What's the shit with the men? The patriarchy. The patriarchy. So many people in that age group, late 40s, early 50s, have been raised under the patriarchy and don't even recognize it.
Oh, I thought it was misogyny.
I thought it.
Well,
I'm being funny. I'm actually being funny because I call it misogyny.
It's same thing.
As the old people used to say back in the day, same difference. And when I heard that, I went, wow, she's been hurt. Because I would never just dismiss an entire segment of people. All women with kids, all women under 30, all women with big butts, definitely not that one. But whatever
Right.
your thing is, I'm not dismissing a whole segment of people based on anything. I don't even really do it with white people, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't. Whenever you have an issue with an entire group, you're the issue. And so when I heard Tracee say that, I went, I mean, it's not like she's dating teenagers. So I'm not like, oh, Tracee, you fucking all the children. I'm not mad at her like that. But I go, you got some healing to do because you literally took an entire demographic and was like, nope, not them. And it's somebody in that group that's not like that. If you like, and I think that if a man said that, I don't like dating women, older women my age. I want younger women.
Oh, we say that. We say that all the time.
Because they say it all the time.
The thing is, they get accused of grooming. They get accused of wanting to control. They get accused of all of these things that are birthed from insecurity. And I didn't hear that same thing from women accusing Tracee Eliss Ross of birthing this all for insecurity. Or she just want a young nigga she can control. Or she just tired of having other men with money. She want to be the rich one in a relationship. She want to call the shots. And when I see that dichotomy, where if it's a man that says that, he just wants the young girl, he just wants to control her. And when a woman says it, well, she's been through things and she's seen some things and you don't know her story. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, it's all kind of simple. You want younger people. Why do you want younger people?
But there's a difference between saying I date younger men.
Get in there, Britt.
Like I date like young men. You understand what I mean? Like the age gap maybe a little bit more, but for a lot of men who they don't date, it's not usually, and I'm not saying indefinite, but typically when we're talking about an older man dating a younger woman, they're going from 50s, 60s to 20s, not 50, 60 to 40s. You understand what I'm saying?
Is that true though?
I mean, we could bring up some things. And
I could do the same thing on the women's side. Like me myself, I typically, when I was still I don't know how one kids anymore or not. But me being 49, dating a 49-year-old woman does not give me a good opportunity to have children. So I typically date women in their 30s because if I do decide to have kids, she decides she wants kids, I have a better chance of that.
But there's still women at 30.
But I want to keep
22-year-old.
I want to keep the conversation on men that date the way Tracee does and Tracee dating the way Tracee does.
Right.
Because if you change it to, well, the men are 50 dating 20-year-olds, but Tracee's 50 dating 30-year-olds, no, I don't want to do that. Keep it in the same age bracket. Because what I found is when it's the same age, it still looked that different. Like Shannon Sharpe being 54, dating a 19-year-old, that's disgusting. And it's ridiculous, and it's embarrassing, and it's dumb. Yeah. And she didn't even look good.
Don't change the subject. Stay on topic. Stay on topic.
I'm not comparing.
I just want to say that we're making the same point. So what I'm saying is that if a man who is 50 or 60 says, I actually like dating women in their upper 30s, early 40s, nobody's gonna look at that.
Right. I disagree with that, though. But I disagree with that.
So that's
let her finish her point.
But that's
no, I don't need you to moderate, Randy. I'm gonna make my point. Right. Let her finish. No, I decide who finishes. Right. Ciao.
No, go ahead. Finish your point.
I was done.
No, but for real, on subject, and I think my whole point is that I don't think anybody looks at that wrong. When I hear about women or anybody talking about men dating younger women, that age gap is a lot more than your typical couple of years, 10 to 15 years, if that makes sense. So,
in my experience, is different. Like, it was a young lady that made a post. She's in one of the groups actually the group we met in. And she made a post prior to this about complaining, like, she's about to turn 40. She's in the mid to late 30s, and she can't get a man around her age because they want to date women in their early 30s or late 20s. And it's not a big discrepancy. But she's like, this is fucked up. Like, and all the women were chiming in about how fucked up it was that 45-year-old men want to date women in their 30s instead of 45-year-old women. And it was this whole thing. And I jumped on a post. It was like, if that's what y'all wanted, we wouldn't say shit like, find the man your age that wants you. It's never that instead of complaining about the one that don't. And they, of course, I was every piece of shit that ever existed in the world. And then a week later, Tracee Eliss Ross came out with her statement. And guess what? Those same women were championing it. That's right, girl. Do what you want to do. These men been doing it. Da, 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 da. And my thing is, I don't have an issue with either one.
Yeah.
As long as it's a legit, it's a respectable difference gap. If you're 54, I don't like Shannon Sharpe, what he did. I'm against that. That's ridiculous. But if you're 45 and you're dating a 36-year-old woman or 45-year-old woman, then a 36-year-old, I see nothing wrong with it. My point is women do, and women are complaining. Now, it's not you, but we can't discredit my experience because what I'm seeing is if you're a 45-year-old man, you need to date a 45-year-old woman because we got it hard out here. Don't date no 42-year-old. Don't even go to 42. You date me, my age group, because I'm the one that can't get a man right now. And it's because y'all motherfuckers keep trying to date bitches in their 30s. Like it is a thing. Yeah, it's not a thing for you, but it's a thing.
Well,
and
I'm at the age where I can date the son or the dad. And I think that we're kind of making the same point just in a different way. Like I hear what you're saying. You're basically saying if a man said that, it would be an issue. Tracee is saying it, so now it's agreeable. And I think it would be agreeable on both sides because, again, men and women were not that different. And if you sit down and you listen, men and women are actually complaining about the same thing. Just it's showing in different ways, right? So older men are saying younger women, we may call it grooming, but like I said, it depends on the age difference of what's considered grooming and what's considered a little bit more tolerable. But that's the thing what people say to men and women. As you get older, you're a little bit more stuck in your ways. You have evolved a little bit more into who you are. It's going to be harder to have some type of compromise. But to your point, Nu, if you just find someone who likes you, you've got to stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. And so it's like we also have to be practical about the type of people that we desire, right? Because you have to be that person that the person you desire would also desire. And I think sometimes we just have to take a step back, woman, regardless of what age you are, and really think about, okay, what is the real issue that I'm complaining about here? If I went after two men that are my age and I end up seeing them dating a woman that may be a little bit more attractive societally, or that's probably not a word, or a little bit younger, now I'm running around telling everybody, all men, to your point, Nu, like, I can't find no man because all of them are dating younger women when you've only had that experience with 2 or 3 men. Like, you can't generalize it. So I think the point that you were making, and the only thing that I disagree with is I don't think it's an issue on either side as long as it is appropriate.
That's it.
Agree.
I agree. I agree.
What the world is saying. We on this podcast agrees with you. The girls on my Facebook page don't. And that's what I'm saying.
Not necessarily all of them. Now, Brett, the one thing I don't agree with is like you saying the lakes and the rivers that you used to, because sometimes you might have been accustomed to something because that's just what's been in your proximity, but that don't necessarily mean that was what was meant for you. So you keep chasing something that has always done you wrong because you have familiarity with it. So
that's not
on that point, right? Like I don't agree with you there. Everything else I agree with you. Now with Tracee Ross, I think the main thing that she was saying,
context. I don't
okay.
I don't want to cut you off, but when I said stick to the rivers and lakes that you're used to, I meant in a sense of, I didn't mean in a sense of going back to something that you know is not like worth it. Because again, there's a standard. What I mean is, if I am a certain way and I want a certain type of man, and I know that a certain type of man desires a certain type of woman,
Right.
I cannot be mad that I am not that certain type of woman. I either have to get there. That's just like wanting a perfect athletic build man, right?
Yeah.
A fine, tall, athletic build man.
Six pack, all that.
I don't look like Jack. So I can't be out here thinking that I'm going to attract that type of man, and I ain't in the gym every day, and he is, knowing he wants an athletic woman. That's what I mean by 6 of the
Gotcha.
women we're used to.
Gotcha.
I just wanted to add context there, because you absolutely should never settle for anything. We all deserve love and respect. So
absolutely.
That's not what I meant. So
Gotcha. Thank you for clearing that up.
Real quick, Randy, I want to encourage all my brothers, shoot outside of your league. What you got to lose? I don't give a fuck what Britt just said. Shoot for the moon, my nigga. What you got to lose? Like, I got a shot.
Yeah, y'all trying to go to the moon with no astronaut suit on.
Hey, temper that. Hey, look, between what Britt and New say, find the middle ground. Don't lift me up. Take a little bit of what she said, right? Like, look, find your lane. But I think really though, the point that Tracee was trying to make, and I agree with it in this sense, that women, and this is just a fact, that women mature faster than men do. And if you look at statistics, most of the time, most of us men, statistics show that we don't start maturing until we in our 40s, some of us in our 50s, before we start getting mature. So I felt the fact that the point that I think that she was trying to bring up, those of us who have not met the age of maturity and becoming a comprehensive man, wherein that we comprehensively see life in a different state, that we're stuck in ways that women, progressive women, feel like they can't, to date you would put them in standards that they don't subscribe to. And I think when she said why she date younger men, because younger men don't have those schisms, and they not locked into them ways that they still see, like, I can do something differently from the way that my dad and my uncles and my other uncles did it, that I don't have to do it that way. And when some of them be like, hey, I've done it this way, my daddy did this way, my daddy's daddy did it this way, and this is how a man should do it. And it's a lot of men who are stuck in those ways. A lot of us that we'd be like, this is what, and we just believe because the men that raised us showed us that this is what manhood looks like. So when we date women, we show them, like, I don't know any other way to be or to show you, because every man that I've ever seen and ever been in my life, this is how they treated women, and this is how they supposed to treat women. And some of those ways just don't work today anymore. So I think when she was talking about the age gap, I think it was more just not just the age, but more of the mindset of that older men. We're stuck in toxic masculinity, that what we thought and what we was believed and what we was raised to believe, that this is how a man should treat a woman. That is when women our age run up on these men, this is all they know. So they don't know any other way to treat her or treat them but that way, right? And then if you go down to someone else who been a younger man, who already like, now we don't subscribe to that, because now I've learned different ways, and I've had my own mindset to see that y'all old dudes was thinking wrong. So I think a different way, and I treat my women a different way. And I think she was speaking of that she's looking for those guys. And it just happened to be that age gap is a little younger, right? Because because like me and you knew, we still learning, right? And we still know, we still believe that, like, we don't know it all, and we believe our daddies we don't believe what our daddies taught us, right? What our fathers told us. We still looking and searching and being like, hey, it might be a higher level out there than what our uncles and our fathers and what they showed us. And if we find a woman that we care about, who can speak to our heart to make us think that maybe I should treat her differently from how I saw my dad and my uncles and them do it, and they do that. And I think that's what she was speaking to more than just the age gap. It was more the mindset, right?
This is the flaw. This the flaw with her thinking. I was raised and taught how to love women by women.
How many of us had that though?
But so you can't discredit the entire age group.
I agree.
That was my only point. You can't say all.
She said that's why she does.
But
she said that's why she does.
Do I need to play the clip? She said she doesn't think any men her age because all of them have been, brought up this way.
Right, and that's her experience. And she spoke to her experience.
But she ain't dated all men, so she can't speak on all men. All bitches
can't speak on all men.
I agree.
Crazy. All bitches ain't shit hoes and shit. They're all gold diggers.
Now that part I agree with.
It's not true.
I agree. I agree.
I was taught how to love women by women. I have and I'm into rom-coms. I'm into romance. Like I love. So you can't say that. I'm 49. You can't say men your age are like that. I'm not. And when I was as a kid, I did subscribe to some of the bullshit. I did. I'm not exempt. You know what I'm saying? But I grew out of that because I wanted to grow out of that. So it's insulting to be like, every man my age, including new, is on this shit. No, the fuck I'm not.
Yeah.
Including new.
See, I agree. She spoke to her experience, though. That's all I'm saying.
And I speak on her experience, but
go ahead, Jack.
For me, I've dated young, I've dated old. Now, disclaimer, I'm not doing too young because I still have to be stimulated through conversation. And if we can't talk about things on a conversation, you're not stimulating me, then we're not going to go anywhere. But I have seen older men that are immature, stuck in their ways, like Randy was saying. I've seen them that have had great fathers, great parents, and are very mature as an older man. I've seen younger men very immature. I've seen younger men to some older men. So it all depends on, first of all, like Brittani says, you have to find who is for you. You have to find what you first. Let's start there. What do you really want? Not what you've been traumatized with past and run away from. What do you want? Who can contribute to your peace? Who's going to contribute to your peace? Who's going to contribute to your growth? That has no age limit on it. There's no age limit on that.
Damn it, Jack.
So we have to stop looking for these bad bitches and these men with all this money, and we have to start looking for our peace contributors. That's what we need.
Say that. That's good, Jack. That's good.
Jack, ever since we took our hiatus, Jack been coming back with bars.
That's good, Jack.
I think they cloned Jack. They cloned her. They did something. She did something. They did something, Jack, when she was
just sat up here and told you how she has evolved, honey, and she is tapped in with herself.
Thank you, sis. You heard me, sis. Thank you.
So this is the Jack that you're gonna be getting here for it. And
that's right. That's right.
I love it.
Right.
I love it. Now
let's roll. Good stuff.
I want to move along. We are in our rapid fire because we've had such a great conversation. I don't want this to be a 17-hour podcast. I know some of the kickbackers would love it if it was 17 hours, but you're not getting 17. You want some extra content, you got to go to Patreon. We'll talk about that later. Patreon.com/Pod Named Kickback. But anyway, at any rate, I do want to get to our what the fuck story of the week. And this is rapid fire. Maybe we can give them a 1, 2, 3, and as much, and then we go. But if you're really feeling it, say, hey, I gotta test this one. And I'm gonna let you ride with it. So here we go.
It's the mayor. Stay
My left stroke just went viral.
I ain't do that, y'all.
Do they want us to skip to the viral?
Dude, stop touching stuff.
All right. He got button happy.
I gotta say this, y'all. My bad. How do I introduce this? I'm going to introduce it one way, and there's someone who can correct me if they choose. And if they don't choose, then we'll leave it this way. For friend of the show, DeAndre Sanders, her brother, Shedeur Sanders, recently was drafted into the NFL. The reason, I mean, this would be normally a great story. The reason
It's
it
a great
isn't,
story.
it's still a great story, you're right. But the reason that it isn't the story that it should be is because he had a precipitous fall in the draft that no one saw coming, and he was not drafted until the 5th round. That has all kinds of financial and what's the word I'm looking for? When you're meritocracy, meritocracy and penalties. Am I saying? Y'all know what I'm trying to say at least?
Not penalties, but you'll say consolations or standards because of where he fell at. That now standards, right?
Yeah, because in meritocracy, you're traditionally rewarded for your work, and usually that will manifest itself in your draft position, which will manifest itself in dollars paid, playing time, opportunities. And all of that is gone when you go from a 1st round pick to a 5th round pick. And I believe it was intentional. I don't have any proof, but I personally believe there was some level of collusion. We can talk about why, but I think it's bullshit. I'm a big fan. Deion Sanders is one of my favorite players of all time, one of the greatest Cowboys of all time, probably the greatest athlete of all time. You know, the nigga won a World Series and a Super Bowl. And he literally single-handedly shifted the power dynamic in the NFC. I'm with the 49ers, we win the Super Bowl. I leave and go to the Cowboys, we win the Super Bowl. He could do it with every team except the sorry-ass Redskins. He couldn't do it with them for some reason.
Look, man. Don't go there. Don't go there.
I don't know why he
stay with your story. That one ain't necessary.
Randy, I'm just giving the facts behind, Randy. I'm not taking shots.
You ain't bring up Atlanta. That wasn't necessary. Keep going.
Okay, all right. Okay, cool. But I was considering boycotting the NFL again, as I did during the Kaepernick shit. He was eventually drafted. I am happy about that. I do plan on getting the Cleveland Browns Shedeur Sanders. I will have that for our first NFL episode on Kickback Sports, which airs the first Wednesday every month. Me, KD, and J. Lou do Kickback Sports.
J. Lou
Sports. You know what I'm saying? So I will have that on our inaugural episode, or not inaugural, the NFL inaugural season episode in September. I'll have my Shedeur Sanders jersey. Hold me to it. But I wanted to really quickly get you guys' thoughts on it. I think I've expressed myself. I didn't like it. I thought it was bullshit. I think they got together to teach a lesson or to punish, whatever they did. But it happened, and we saw it in real time. Randy, I'm going to throw it to you first. What the fuck happened, man?
Look, man. I'll say for one that while we say that this was a terrible story, this was a great story. Right, the NFL and the league, the good old boy leagues, wanted to be a terrible story because this was more about that. And my belief is that there is a thing that we call right now privilege that belongs to one certain race, right? And that race that owns and believe that they own it and that's their lane, that they don't want that to extend to any others, right? So we came in with a young man who had that, right? But he made $6 million last year in college, right? And so he don't need the money for one, right? But now, and there was other players of other cultures who've had that same experience and the same things, and then they went on to have great drafts. But when we thinking of that now, this is something that is owned by another culture, but now we have another culture that's coming in, that's sitting in the draft that we hadn't seen this since the Mannings that came in and said in the draft, them and their dads, like, I expect to go a certain place. I expect to do a certain thing, and I ain't expecting nothing less, right? That happened before, right? And nothing was said of it, and it went down, and it happened. But while this is still a great story, if you look at the draft, right? This is point number one. rounds 2 and 3 has been the lowest viewership ever on any NFL draft this year. Rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5 have been the highest watched NFL draft ever in history, right? Because this man failed somewhere, but people are watching him to see where he fails, to see how far he fails, right? That is the story, right? That's the story. But hold on. Now, number two.
Hold on, wait. I got to speak to this. One of my boys was with an NFL executive who told him this was all a part of the plan to boost viewership for the draft. And I said the NFL can't want that much viewership for the fucking draft. It's the draft.
They don't care about that. They don't care about that. It went back.
We got to get Britt out of here. So I want to get her take. Then we're gonna come back to you, Randy.
I'll make this really quick. There's been a lot of things thrown out, right? They said something about the draft, right? In most cases, the best players go round 1 and 2. People stop watching. They don't even pay attention. I feel like people continue to watch the draft for Sheduer to say, I hope he gets picked up. I hope he gets picked up. So that very well could be a thing. There were other rumors that he didn't even throw, on combine, which a lot of quarterbacks tend to not. But there was this whole thing about, well, Sheduer can't be as cocky as his dad, and teams being worried that might be a problem or be an issue. So trying to teach him a lesson. There's all kind of things that's been thrown out there for why he fell so far. The only thing I'm going to say is I was upset when the Steelers did not grab him, because being my team, y'all need a quarterback. And the boy can throw. I don't care. Like, I feel like for him, it puts him in a tough place, right? Because it's like your dad is a living legend. And so now there's that comparison. Now he's trying to set himself apart. People are saying, well, he's not his dad, so he can't act like his dad. Well, at the end of the day, he still can throw. He's still a good player. Give him a chance. So who knows the why? I'm just happy, to Randy's point, that at the end of the day, he did get drafted. And then even Shiloh, because it was funny in that clip where he did try to make his brother laugh, and he was like, shit, if they doing that to you. So
well, I'm going.
I think that, not for nothing, at the end of the day, they both got drafted, and now it's going to be the success story of what they do when they can.
Number one selling rookie jersey already.
You see what I mean? But did y'all hear about now there might be an issue with the number 2? I don't know if that was hearsay or if that's real, but now they were saying that there's something going on with somebody else on the team wanting his number, and whether or not he's going to get number 2 again.
And that's the meritocracy thing I was speaking to, because you're a 5th round pick. You don't get no special.
Exactly.
You're a 5th round.
There's no special privileges, but he got the number one selling jersey right now out of any rookie who was drafted.
I hope they let him keep it. And to the point, like, obviously the boy loves the game. He doesn't need the money. He's doing it. So give him the opportunity. I'm just excited to see. I really want him to prove whatever reason it was that they made him wait that long. I'm ready for him to prove himself. And that's what I hope. I hope he does, because at the end of the day, I'm for us, and I'm for us proving a point. So I'm just rooting for him to do that.
Tom Brady went in round 6, right? Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback considered the GOAT, didn't get drafted to round 6. All right. He went ahead 1 round of Tom Brady. The story's still being wrote.
Yeah, that's a fact. But the fanfare is different, because Sheduer came out expecting to be a round pick. Tom Brady came out expecting to maybe not get drafted. So it's a totally different situation. But it still shows what he can do. So you're 100% right, Randy. Britt, I think we are going to say
we appreciate you.
Achifu.
Love you.
Is the Nigerian Igbo tribe version of maybe all wake up tomorrow. It's the way we say goodnight. So we say Achifu. which means maybe all wake up tomorrow, which means hopefully we'll of course see each other tomorrow, hear from each other tomorrow.
Man, say bye so we can finish the show. Trying to educate and teach people. Trying to teach people not drinking and stuff. Hey, we appreciate you, Britt. Thanks for coming.
Yes. Bye.
Love you, Britt.
Love you.
We love you, sis.
I'm throwing it back to Randy.
We still got more stuff to go, man.
It's on you.
Boy.
It's on you right now. But you want me to go to the next topic?
Yeah, good. Let's go to the next.
All right. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Yeah, your boy. Yeah, let's go with your boy.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's gonna get good.
Let me find
Hey,
out.
look, all y'all was tuning in. Y'all saw Brett, man. Y'all write it down, man. Tell her she need to show up. Show the corporate black girl some love. Tell her come on back.
Yes.
Right.
She talking about all balance and telling people no and stuff. Don't tell us no.
Right. When we did the
we balanced. We balanced, Brett.
When we called it that night, when we was on that reunion episode, she was like, "It doesn't mean I'm never coming back." And I was like, "Oh,"
and she came back.
And I hit her like a week later, like, "Hey, look, we're probably gonna do the first show the first week of May. Was it good?"
Yeah,
she showed up. She showed up. Hey, we got nothing but love. We ain't talking bad. We appreciate you, Brett. We appreciate you.
Even if we have her once a month, she's a busy girl. She got a lot of things going on. We glad that she has all
the corporate world is busy, right?
Very, very.
She got a great pot. She got a great show of hers going as well. So look her up on YouTube.
Gems with the corporate black girl.
No, that ain't it. But that's the first part of it.
look at Brittani Sade.
It just be funny because Randy be waiting for you to fuck up some more. He just be like, no, that's not it.
I just don't want to steer the people wrong, right? Like I ain't trying to call them loud. We gotta be accurate. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
And he made me, he did that to me. He told me, when I first started, like, you can't give out the wrong information. He called me out on the show. I was just getting it back.
Oh, hey, big.
We brought Brittany back just for you, Burger, and you ain't even comment. Too busy eating crabs and shit.
So eat crab. Hey man, this crab eating time. I'm jealous. I wish I had some. Why you had to bring that up, Burger?
Let's get this Shannon Sharpe. Well, I got
let go.
Hey, let's go.
And this for the record, I had a crab boil today from the boiler, Bucky's on the boiler. That was a part of my reward for this great week. So I had, the hot sauce, their version of the hot boil bag with potatoes, crab legs, shrimp, beef sausage, potatoes, eggs. I'm gonna show y'all my little video.
We don't need to see it, man. We in DMV, man. You ain't impressing nobody. Me and Burger ain't gonna be impressed on nothing that you show us. Or nobody in the DMV who watching. You're not about to show nothing that we're gonna be like, ooh. Right. Like Slim, like Burger just told you, he had a crab feast while this happening. And he talking about your sausage and stuff.
Look at this one.
He came back with a bed. Like Slim, won't even have them up here, man. Slim, we'll punch a hole in a paper bag. In a giant paper. In a giant store paper bag. That's what we do.
Stop complaining.
Yeah. Hey, you see this Burger? You see him with a bed.
Hey man, we had what you call them, Jones? The Alaskan crab legs.
Man, we got Maryland blue crab up here, man. The best crab in the world. Like you ain't up here, man. You ain't eating no crabs. Like we ain't. What you doing?
Hey, you guys.
What you doing?
And why we ain't move to Tracee Eliss Ross now? Or the Shedeur Sanders. But anyway,
man, you had all them topics. We ain't even hit. There we go. We found
so dumb. You are really dumb, for real.
So dumb. He is really dumb. So dumb.
All right, let Jack go. There you go, Jack.
And
listen, when you are dealing with someone where your age difference is more than their age, it's an issue.
God damn, age difference is greater than their actual age.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even consider that right there. Wow. Go ahead.
That was the first thing I thought. That's the first thing I calculated. I was like,
Wow.
come on. So I have different perspectives on this. So anybody that is part of the underground sex world knows about BDSM. I want to say this because I've heard a lot of comments about, oh, well, he let her do this and all this. Yes, and that is true. But what I think that the issue was that boundaries were crossed. From what I gather, she didn't have an issue of the act. She just asked of him to put a condom on. That was simple. And he refused to. So he abused his power. When you're in that type of world and you have safe words, you have respect. The respect level has to be the ultimate high when you're in that world, because the person has to trust you with what they say. If they say yes or no, they have to trust that you understand what that means and you know what to do when I say yes or no. So I think that a lot of people that don't understand that world have a different perspective of how this is all coming about, how they're looking at the female. Because I see that he tried to throw out, oh, she's an OnlyFans model. Yeah, you probably met her on OnlyFans. So let's see them OnlyFans messages while you really talking your shit. Because don't try to put her out there like you're discrediting her when you were so in love with this girl because she allowed you to slut her out. Let's just call it what it is. And you crossed the boundaries when she was in a vulnerable state with you, and she's let you do this before. So why are you having an issue with this one moment? So I really felt that she felt hurt and she felt betrayed, because I'm supposed to trust you in this situation with my body. We've done this before, but now you're doing things and using your power to abuse the situation. I don't care what the age is. It doesn't matter if we're grown, if you're dating somebody younger, older, it doesn't matter. When you have that respect level, you have boundaries, and we're doing things that I have to trust you with some of the extreme ways that we're doing things, then I see why she's upset. And I see why she is going for it. And when you already was looking bad in my eyes, Mr. Sharpe, because you tried to offer her $10 million. If you're not guilty, why are you trying to offer her anything? Now, on her perspective, she's 19 years old. What did you expect her to do? She's going to want to get more money because you have hurt this girl. You have emotionally hurt this girl behind what you guys were doing. And now she has to deal with everything that's being put out. So, Shannon.
She put it out there. How are he emotionally hurting her and she put it out there?
Like, no. I'm talking about I'm talking about in the moment when she asked him to put a condom on and he did not. And he did other things. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about everything after. I'm talking about in the moment between him and her. Period.
He did the same thing, just without a condom. I got you.
Right.
Obviously, Shannon Sharpe didn't watch the movie Sinners because the movie clearly said stay away from white women. But whatever. I guess he just.
And on top of that, one more thing. And you were out here being fake, getting on other people about dating younger women when you had your own skeletons in the closet. So that was another thing. I was just like, bruh, it's over with for you. It's over with.
Yeah. Before I go, Randy, I'm gonna toss it to you, man.
All right. I'm saying for one, I hear your perspective, Jack, and I'm not disagreeing with anything that you've said, but I'm just gonna point out some factors of where I see, and some people may believe that it's a conspiracy, but we can look back and link to where there's been prominent moments in prominent Black men's lives where they was on the cusp of something great, and then something happened at that exact same moment that deterred that moment. Not saying it's this. Everybody make your own references and inferences and see if it connects, but I'm saying look it up. This is another one of them for me. Number one, this is a civil suit, not criminal. And if you are so emotionally scarred and been emotionally damaged and feel like you have been done so wrongly, why not take a criminal case out instead of a civil case? So to me, first, all it says to me is that you want money. I'm not saying, and I'm just saying that's to me, that's just how it looks. If I want justice, because I feel like you did me wrong, I want to go to criminal court. Not the first thing that I come out with is going to be a civil court. You did me wrong, pay me money. If I just took out a civil lawsuit, I'm saying I don't care about you going to jail. I just want you to compensate me for what you did. And what you said, Jackie, that he just didn't put a condom on. She wanted the same thing. I wanted what you did. I just want you to put on protection, right? According to what you said. So because you didn't do that, I need to be monetarily compensated. Problem number one. Right. Problem number two, you hired a lawyer that has just been discredited because he brought a frivolous lawsuit against another black man over the same thing.
Two other black men, Tracee and Beauty.
All right, two, right? But and then this is who you hire to come out to be like, this is the guy that I want to represent me, not criminally, but civilly, because he ain't wear a condom. I need to get money. All right, number two. Number three. All right. This was days. Shannon Sharpe had just got a contract of $100 million podcast deal. Right? All right, y'all make that emphasis on what you want. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna keep moving. All right, that's number three. Now, I'm not giving him I'm not gonna give Shannon Sharpe total culpability on this, because for one, when and Britt said it when she was on here, to whom much is given, much is required. And when you in the spotlight on this, and Cat Williams even said it on his own podcast, like what to beware of. And what he said, not him and Monique and Cat Williams on his podcast told him to beware of this exact moment, to not get caught up in that, and he did. But this goes back into why I do Man Up Monday as well. That some of us men that feel like because of for some certain ways that we seek validation in ways and with women that will make us feel like we are men, so we go down these paths that should mean us no good, and then you in situations like this where now, Slim, it's costing you $100 million. The $100 million is gone. Right? Because you was attracted to something that you should have never been. That you should have been attracted to it, but you should have never acted on it. Right? You should have never acted on it.
She made it. She's the average of the most average.
Right.
Okay, Randy. Randy, to your point now, I will say this. We always, and I compare this. We always, as Black men, always talk about conspiracy and all turning about the black men. This has been going on for years, y'all. We already know this. So why are you putting yourself in a position to have to face things like this? This is what I'm talking about. That's just like a mother whose child is out terrorizing the neighborhood, killing people. And as soon as they get to jail, oh, my child, GoFundMe account and all that. No. You made the decision. Shannon Sharpe, you made the decision. What do you think this girl was going to try to do? Get money. She's 19 years old. What did you think was going to happen? And
she was telling them
I'm not in disagreement with you, Jackie.
Every phone call, how bad she wanted the money. I want your big black baby inside me. I want your black mustard inside me. And she was begging for a baby. Like, everything she said would turn me off. Like, this true.
But what do you expect, Randy and New? What do you expect from a 19-year-old white girl?
I'm not fucking a 19-year-old.
If you were to deal with one,
I ain't fucking a white girl and I ain't fucking a 19-year-old.
And I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire, and you on OnlyFans. You should have known better. I agree with you, Jack.
I will fuck an OnlyFans model. I will. She won't be 19 and she won't be white.
So when he said when Shannon Sharpe is honest about this, oh, they're trying to tear another black man down. I don't want to hear that shit, because you put yourself in that position. You put yourself in that position. So don't try to get everybody rowdied up behind you to have your back because you're a black man.
No, the two things are true, Jack. The two things are true. That don't mean that it's not true. He did put himself in this position that he could be took down this way. So I don't. So I agree with you that he shouldn't have put himself in this position. But because he did put himself in this position, 100% he's trying to be taken down. Because they look for us to make these mistakes because we at tables that they already don't believe we need to be sitting at, right? And after he already left Fox been pissed off at him for him leaving over standing on some morals over something that a white man said to him that he didn't agree with, that he left.
He got kicked out. He ain't leave. They kicked his
either way.
Out.
And he ended up better because he went to the show that beat your show, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And this goes back to what
I agree with you, Jack. He shouldn't have put himself in that position, right. But because he did, they absolutely trying to take him. Like, since you here, thank you for putting yourself in this position. Now we gonna do what we do.
Because again, this goes back to you have to use your discernment. You are a grown man. You have dated for 54 years, sir. You have been a celebrity for a long time. You have known before the cameras these women that come into your room, your hotels, be outside your door. You know all of this. This is nothing new. This is nothing.
You got 100 million reasons not to do that.
Right. So to your point, so to what you were saying, Randy, as far as her going for the money, she's 19 years old. Of course, that's what she's going to do. The reason why she didn't do a criminal, because I don't think she looks at him. I think as a 19-year-old child, she's looking, I don't want to do a criminal case. I don't see him as a criminal. I don't want him to go to jail.
I just want him to pay me for hitting me without a rubber.
He already offered me $10 million.
Because at the end of the day, real talk, I hear men say this a lot, and I've said it before, but it doesn't make as much sense as we think it does. You did something to me I don't like. I can punish you for it. That punishment could be you go to jail and I stay broke. Or that punishment could be I get $50 million and you lose $50 million. What do I think hurts you the most?
I don't even think she's going. I don't even think she's going.
But ain't about what hurts you the most.
19-year-old mind is
no. You don't get to say what the woman wants. You don't get to abuse or rape a woman and then decide how she should punish you for it. That's very arrogant. You don't get to decide what she does if he did it. You don't get to decide what she do, because right now I can say my job, right? My boss, let's say a boss. He did me wrong and fucked up my life. I can send him to jail and he can punish there, or I can get $50 million. I'm gonna go with the $50 million. It don't mean I think less of what he did.
Yes, it do. Because you ain't on the principle of what happened to you. You care about being monetarily compensated. You care about being monetarily compensated. So it ain't about the principle of what happened. That you want to be that I'm gonna get over what you did to me because when you gonna pay me enough money that I'm emotionally, if I've been emotionally damaged. If I've been emotionally damaged by what you did to me, you telling me that there is an amount of money that you can pay me that I can be like, okay, I'll be better now if I get this money.
I can be emotionally
justice or money.
Something you do,
ain't no in between.
And you go into jail that can fix it.
Ain't no in between.
No.
Yep.
You're telling me, ask the question.
Yep.
That's
yes,
dumb.
sir.
That's
because
dumb.
Because that is justice. If I feel like you did me wrong and I want justice for what you did.
That's the white man justice.
If I want justice for what you did, I'm gonna be like, all right, you paid me $10 million, and you still walking around here, and I still got in my heart how you did me wrong.
As far as reparations go, do you want all white government people to go to jail, or do you want black people to get reparations? What would you prefer?
President go to jail. I'd rather them go to jail and make my own money. That's me. That's me.
I think that's
just give me a seat at the table. Go to
No,
jail.
no, no.
Go to
You don't
jail.
get- no,
Go
so
to jail
question.
for what you did.
You don't
Go
get
to
to change
jail
it
for
around.
what you
You
did
don't
and
get
give me
to-
equality
you
to
don't get to
sit at
change
the
it
same
You
tables
don't get to change
that
it
you
around.
denied me.
You don't
I
get
don't
to
want
change it around.
don't
You
just
either
pay. You
want
ain't paying me off.
financial
You ain't paying me off,
compensation,
and I'm shutting up.
or
No,
you
go
want
to
them
jail
punished.
and let me
You
sit
don't
at the
get to have a
table.
seat at the
That's where
table.
I'm at.
Lady,
So
you
I
on
have
mute.
a question for
You
both
can't
of
talk when
y'all.
I'm talking.
I have a
You know
question
what I'm
for
saying? You
both of
tripping.
y'all because
Either you want financial compensation or you want them punished. You don't get
Punished.
both.
so I have a question
I
for both
agree.
of y'all.
We agree that. I said we agree that. I agree with you.
I have a question for both of y'all because do you think, because now we are all grown, our minds are pretty much fully developed. Do you think that this 19-year-old did all this on her own?
No, absolutely not.
Right.
Not at all.
She won't
You
have the
think she's
level
just
of
going with the
maturity
flow?
at this age to see to decide that what she was the right path for her. That I believe these lawyers absolutely told her to probably talk her into going this path rather than seeking justice. But it ain't if she was emotionally damaged and scarred, it ain't no amount of money that she can get that they gonna give her that's gonna compensate her for what she feel like happened to
There's
her.
no amount of
And
jail
anybody,
time.
Listen, I don't want you. Okay,
any
we're not.
hold on, let me finish. Let me
Emotionally
finish my point. Let me finish my point. And any woman who's ever been sexually assaulted, I guarantee you would agree with me that they will not be like, for me to be compensated to what was taken from me, there is no amount of money that I'll be like, that was okay. And I can move on now that my bank account
let me go.
looks different.
There's no woman that is going to say there's an amount of jail time that can compensate me for what he took from me. It's the same thing. The woman can never get it back either way.
Because you walking around, you ain't punished for giving up money. If you a millionaire, if you got multi-millions and you give me 10 of your 100,
from them. It's
but ain't no justice.
You on mute, they can't hear you. Don't talk when I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop. You ain't going to out-talk me, nigga. Like, you tripping. So
we disagree. Let's move on.
She's not going to be made whole because a man went to jail.
She's not going to be made whole because she got $10 million either. $10 million gonna make her whole?
Like reparations. The black people are asking for reparations. Are we all stupid? We're not asking for.
No, don't compare reparations to sexual assault. It's two different things.
Is we want money. We want to fair
two different things, man.
I think that's fair. If you disagree, I respect that, but I don't think you're necessarily fake if you want money, because going to jail.
That either. I ain't calling her fake.
It ain't gonna save her vagina. It ain't gonna save her wholeness. It ain't gonna give her back peace of mind if you go to jail. And none of that.
But money will.
And money won't either. But you
all right, so we saying the same thing.
What you want to do? You want him to go to jail or you want money? You're gonna be fucked up either way. Bitch, you got therapy either way. You want some money to pay for the therapy? You got therapy either way. And that's all I gotta say. Y'all can have at it.
I think everybody else. I think looking at the text messages, I think that she, as a 19-year-old, felt she was doing what she was doing as far as bringing it back to him and telling him how she felt about the situation. And I think other people have probably been in her ear about the whole take it to court, sue him, blah blah blah. Because initially it sounded like, from what I read, that she brought it to him, and then he told her to call him. And they proceeded from there. But I think her initial was like, well, let me bring it to him and see, because she was just like, look, this is how I felt. This is what happened. You did this. And then he said to call him. So I don't know what happened from there, but I think all this suing and all of that as a 19-year-old, I know at 19, I wasn't thinking about none of that. Somebody would have to tell me to sue somebody.
But that's the culture that we in right now.
Different culture, right?
Are thinking about suing. 15-year-olds are thinking about suing. You look at them funny. Oh, you look at me. That's the culture we're in. I think that, and I want to be clear, because I'm defending a woman's right to sue as opposed to press charges. But I am not saying I think the white girl right. I don't know what Shannon did. I've seen no evidence. I ain't seen no evidence that he raped her. So what I am.
No, I don't think that's what it was.
Right. All I'm saying is, if she was violated, she has the right to decide
Absolutely.
if she wants him to go to jail for the violation
No.
or if she wants money for the
Oh,
violation.
she want money. Man, no, stop. Let's move on.
Because I don't value jail like that. Like jail ain't niggas go to jail and get out. Like niggas go to jail gay and be
We
fucking
looking at it different. Hey, that's totally different. We're talking about the situation, man. Let's hit the next topic.
I'm telling you, like you want a punishment. Sometimes you want to hurt somebody, and she might think taking 50 million hurts more than jail.
That gets you right. That gonna make me right. Come on, yeah. Let's.
That's what I'm saying.
What we got?
Everybody,
hey, Kickbackers, y'all kick it. Y'all talk about this all week. We want to hear how we want to hear y'all think. You see what me and New at? You see what me, New and Jack? Yeah, y'all tell us what y'all think.
who fights? You got Jack, you got Randy, you got me. Who you agree with?
Let's go.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's good. We want to hear from y'all. Antigua. Hey, look, Charlotte, let's hear it. Gambia, tell us how y'all feel. Tell us how y'all feel.
You scared Gambia off. They gone.
They coming back. Hey, Gambia, I believe in y'all. We talked about the power of belief in the first segment, first hour. Y'all coming back.
Our last topic of the night.
If it's sports, if it's fashion, if it's music, if it's hustling, whatever, you on a marathon, you know. So
you're on a marathon. Everybody, when I was reposting the Target boycott, I mean, I'm not a big boycotter, but I'm not into supporting people that don't fuck with me. So I'm just kind of stuck in the middle. Like I ain't trying to boycott nobody, but I ain't fucking with nobody that don't fuck with me. Okay, fuck it. We boycotting Target. Whatever. I'm doing it. If that's what the people doing, I'm with it. Whatever. Let's see if it works. Everybody said I was stupid. And I wasn't even like fully committed. I was just like, I'm gonna support it because I'm black and it's my people. But I didn't have a whole lot of faith in it. I'm just supporting it. Oh, you believe that shit? You dumb as hell, boycotting. And boycott never worked. And I was like, no, we don't know if it's gonna work. Why don't we just try it? It can't hurt. If we cost them $1, it's $1. We did something. If it cost them $1 million, we did something. Like why just give up? Why not even try? Oh, y'all stupid. Y'all always want to do some dumbass shit. And I'm like, why would you not do it? What would it make you go, I'm not gonna do it? Like, why not try? It was so weird to me. And they were like, I'm not trying. And y'all are dumb for trying, and I don't get it. And I'm like, okay, I don't know why y'all so convicted and you won't boycott. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, y'all are dumb black people. And I'm like, this is weird. Y'all got so much emotion.
Yeah.
I'm boycotting, so fuck it. And I cuss the niggas out, and we're gonna see who right and who wrong. We're just gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Target has been struggling. The Target CEO had took a 45% pay cut. Their numbers have been down. They said it was just happenstance, but they're continuing to decrease.
Yes.
So obviously the boycott has worked. And this isn't FU to Target. This is an FU to black people that was like, I don't know why y'all boycotting. I don't even get it. This is dumb. Y'all always think y'all do something. Y'all don't do nothing that ever work. It worked, bitch. Now imagine if you was involved too. Imagine if you was involved too.
Still be involved.
Imagine if you were involved too.
Still can get involved.
Well, and you still can't get involved. Let me change my demeanor. Hey, brother, sister.
Brothers, y'all all right?
You too can join the movement. And I'm just like, it told me crazy. They were so angry. Y'all dumb as shit for boycotting. Damn.
You know why? I believe, this is my personal opinion. You know why I believe a lot of people were not all for the Target boycott or didn't think it was going to work? Because look what happened with Gucci. And I know you shouldn't base things off of the past, but I think a lot of the black people were looking at.
Can't ignore the data.
Yeah, when we try to do the whole Gucci thing, it lasted for what?
I'm still boycotting Gucci.
Never.
So it didn't.
Never worry. Last never worry.
But I always am for when it works. And it works. And it shows us once again, if we come together, we can make things happen. That's the whole point of this. If we come together, we can make things happen. We have to understand that we have a lot of power. We have a lot of power. And we have been stripped of that over the years. We've come back from it from over the years, but we have to understand that nobody can take our power if we work on ourselves.
Yeah.
If you work on yourself, nobody can take your power. And we have to get out of the mindset, the slave mentality mindset, that we're not powerful. Because we move mountains. We've been moving mountains. Look at how much, if you guys are currently paying attention, look at how much they are trying to erase so much Black history. Why?
Yeah.
Right, they trying to destroy the damn African American History Museum.
They've removed monuments from the museum in the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So know your power. Know your power and stand in your power with anything. Go 100%. Period.
Jack, right. I don't know what you did on this little break, but she
on fire.
Your life. You just stayed.
she been on fire, right? Look, let me give a fact that I want all Black people to realize, right? This is something that is so powerful for us that we don't recognize. Black dollars, we have the most economic power on the planet. What that means is that we spend more money than any other race on products, on goods, consumers. We are the number one consumers on the planet. All right, don't be proud of that. That's just a stat. Now we are the number one consumers, but we are the worst economically for people at the same time.
Sure.
So how can the people who have the best spend the most consumer dollars be the poorest people on the planet at the same damn time? Right? How? Because for one, we live above our means. We know that, but that ain't my point. My point is still that to recognize that we have Black economic power. The point that I'm making here, that our economic power and our economic strength is being shown and demonstrated in how Target is losing money. Now, I've always been like, when we Black boycott stuff, like I'm always be the first one. Let's do it. I'm good. Let's go. I ain't going there no more. But it has never worked. And I've done it to my knowledge in the last 10 years. I'll be number one. Well, we ain't buying no more. Like I'm with it, right? But it never worked. I drive past there and I see a bunch of Negroes lined up going in the store, right? And I'm like, man, when we just Facebook about this, right? So it is not like it ain't never worked, right? But now this is the first time in my life, right? I don't know if somebody else Kickbackers chime in if y'all know about it and y'all seen it. But in my life, in my economic lifetime, I've never seen a boycott work like it has affected Target. And what I want us to see is the people to realize out of all of this, forget all the nonsense they talking about. I just want you to realize that we have economic power. And when you find economic power, that is the strength that will make people listen to us, that will get us seats at tables, that will get us change that we seek when we recognize the power that we have and we exercise it. Right? We exercise that strength. And right now, look, look, the CEO taking a pay cut. We making a difference. Look, people recognize, man, look, where we spend our money at, we can make them respect us because we have the number one economic power on the planet is Black people.
Talk your shit,
y'all.
Randy.
Randy.
Talk your shit.
Talk to him.
Well, the energy tonight is crazy.
We ain't rocking with you, Target. You better reverse that DEI. You want us to come back? Better fix it.
And all the other ones out there, all the
rest, y'all next. Yes. Y'all see what's happening to Target. Reverse the DEI. Stay on that.
Yeah, and
see what it gets you.
And everybody that's like, no, we don't need to do what we.
Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga.
Right. Y'all still going to Target? Some of y'all still going to Target? How can you still fuck with Target after all they did? You know what?
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers does not like you.
And they don't tell us the truth. They haven't told us the truth from the jump.
He lied. Y'all need to worship him.
So, yeah, I had to get a job.
I'm just impressed he hit all the right buttons in a row, right?
What was the Bible? My lesson was
they all hit right on time.
Right. Man, Kickbackers, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I want to thank y'all. I know it's not on Facebook this week, and some of y'all are mad, and some of y'all are like, where the fuck why I gotta go to YouTube? You gotta go to YouTube because that's how you support us the best, man. That's how you support No Breaks Network. That's how you support a Pod Named Kickback. That's how you support Kickback Sports. Meta ain't
bottom line, go to YouTube.
Bottom line, go to YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And I want to take a moment out. I would definitely want to recognize Jack again. Jack has been on fire. I don't know what the fuck maybe some spirit guys, but whatever she's doing, keep doing it. Randy, I always throw it to you as my anchor. I'm like, oh, you got a big one? I'm gonna send it to Randy. Randy, you go last. You know what I'm saying? And then having Brett back tonight, that was beautiful too.
Yes, it was.
Corporate black girl, love you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I really love the direction. Oh, Lakeisha said she like our energy tonight.
Okay.
Thank you, Lakeisha.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you,
bro.
All right. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. And so I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank y'all for supporting us on this journey. We took a break. We are back.
We back.
Because we believe. We use the power of our belief to say we can do what we need to do. And that's what we did to target. That's what we did to target too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's use our power of belief on our personal lives. So I want everybody that's listening to this podcast and everybody that can reach anybody else that didn't listen to it. Let them know you got to stand in your belief. You got to stand in it. You got to really believe it. You ask, you believe, you receive.
There it is.
Speak what
the
you
formula
speak until you see what you said. And as we get up out of here, I'm gonna throw it to
Randy.
We can be we can go to you, Jack. We're gonna go with our that's that with Jack.
Okay,
and
So okay, you guys, May is Mental Health Wellness Month. And we have been celebrating this since 1949, 76 years ago is when it first started. We started celebrating May for Mental Health Wellness Month. So I wanted to give you guys a couple of numbers that are available to you. Of course, in Georgia, there is a 988 hotline for suicide and crisis. It's a suicide and crisis lifeline. You can also text 9888 or you can chat 988lifeline.org. So there's different ways that you can communicate to someone. They also have a peer-to-peer warm line that's 24/7, and that is 888-945-1414. And that is actually, and they had a Decatur Center that's been there since 2008. I did not know that. But they have a center that you can call in, and this is just for talking about life challenges, because a lot of people don't want to call the suicide crisis line because they don't, well, I'm not suicide, I'm just going through some things through life. So you can call the peer-to-peer warm line, and it talks about life challenges, any mental concerns, and it's been going on for 16 years. So you will be linked to a specialist. You can talk to someone virtually, you can chat with them online, or you can also reach out to the social media. So depending on your comfort level, you have many ways to actually reach out to someone. And you guys definitely use this month to pour into yourself, pour into your mental health. It's getting crazy out here. So you have to arm yourself. You have to arm yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. Get in the gym, get active. Because let me tell you, they're attacking these farms, you guys. They've been attacking these farms. They're attacking our food. You have to watch what you're putting into your body. You have to stay active because you never want to get into a situation where you can't run, you can't jump, or you can't carry someone.
Or you can't fight 100 gorilla, one gorilla.
Right. Or even fall. I mean,
exactly.
Fitness is really good, especially for older people. If you're 40, 50 years and up, you definitely want to get into fitness because if you fall, you know how to fall.
Who you calling older people, Jack?
You know what I'm saying.
Let her finish, man.
You know what I'm saying.
We got you.
Look, this ain't for you. But anyway, get active because you want to be able to always be mobile, do the little things, walking up the stairs, jumping, running. If someone attacks you, I see a lot of people when I go walking, a lot of older people with the sticks, and I just be praying for him, because what are you going to do with that stick? Are you going to be able to swing it? Are you going to be able to swing and not fall? Are you going to be able to connect?
Or the power wheels, the joint with the little tennis balls on it. You don't want the power wheels. Go ahead.
So just get active, pour into yourself, because you guys, they're saying we're going to have a recession this summer. So arm yourself mentally arm yourself. I'm telling you, this is not a game. Pour into yourself, because nobody's going to pour into you. And that is why we are the heaviest and most obese country, because they don't pour into us mentally and physically. So do that for yourself.
Yeah, good stuff.
That's that with Jack. All right, man, take us up out of here with our master. This what moment we master this week.
And we going into the same thing with Jack, with a master, and this is the man up moment that us men need to master, right? And it's mental, right? And this week I'm talking about father wounds, right? It's a lot of times that it's things that us as men, that our fathers have injured us in places that we don't even realize. And me, through therapy, I did it. For years, I chased success, hoping I would feel society.
Uh-oh, did he freeze?
Yeah, I think he might have. I didn't know if I froze or not.
Oh, did I freeze?
Okay,
yeah. Okay,
yeah.
all right, I'm back. So today, I went through years of feeling like that I needed to prove who I was, but the day that I stopped trying to prove what he didn't do for me and just start trying to see who I needed to be in my life was the day that I started succeeding. And we need to look at where, as men, the moments that we have wounds that our father have caused in us that are holding us back, that we not only just trying to be who we think we should be, but we trying to be better than who we think our dad should have been to us. And the moments that we got to master is that when we feel short in the places that our dad left us short, to know that this is the moment that I can rise up, that I am enough, that I've learned enough without anything that he did or didn't do to me, that I can still be the man that I'm called to be. And that will not hold me back. That will not set me back or prevent me from doing anything in my life or anybody in my life that surrounds me. So the moment that we need to master is that don't no longer blame what your daddy didn't do for you. Why you not doing that for your wife? Why you not doing that for your son? Why you not doing that for your daughter? Why you not doing that on your job? They don't have anything to do with that. That's the moment that you need to master, that God has created you and they've got enough in the universe that you can be more than enough to master that moment. And when you master that moment, then you are truly living in man up and truly walking in true masculinity. Right?
Woo! Gave me chills.
And Randy was talking directly to me on that. Talking directly to me on that one. Every word came straight to me. I was like, is he looking at me? I thought every word in that motherfucker.
Master them father wounds. Master them father wounds. They mother wounds too. We're gonna talk about mothers have wounds too. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that next week.
Yeah, and I'm gonna leave y'all with a little no breaks for next week. I just want you to impress yourself this week. I don't know what that looks like for you. It could be get up for work every day on time. It could be get up 3 days out the week on time. It could be work out. It could be work out every day. It could be work out one day. It could be compliment your spouse. I'm going to give my spouse a compliment and make her or him feel good. It could be I'm not going to watch porn. It could be I'm going to take Friday night and play video games. It could be Saturday I'm going to the park. Just do something that at the end of the week you feel proud of yourself about. Like, I did that. Set one goal. You ain't got to change the world right now. Just set one goal that if you accomplish it, you will be so proud of yourself. Because that energy, that I'm proud of myself energy, will give you the strength to do bigger goals, more goals. So don't jump out there like, I'm going to run a marathon tomorrow. No, ma'am, sir, you don't even walk to work.
Work on skipping.
Exactly. Set you something easily accomplished. You can be like, I don't want to do nothing easy. Trust me. Just do something easy.
Baby steps work.
That you know you can do and just get it done. Sometimes you just need a win. My boy used to tell me, like, no, you just need a win. Put together a puzzle. You just need something that at the end you can say you won. It don't matter what it is. Put together a puzzle, y'all. That's what Shmi used to tell me. Just do something that you can win at so that when you watch the next episode, you can show up like, I got me a win for the week. And we can talk about it. You can text us about it. That's it. That's all, man. No breaks. We love you. We do this because we love to do it, and we do this because we love you. Have an amazing mother-freaking week. And
magnificent Monday.
Hell yeah. Go Warriors. Oh, and if you listen to this Monday morning, thank God it's Monday. Thank God it's Monday. Uno. We out.
We out.